The noble sons of Sanguinius, the Blood Angels, once known as the Revenant Legion, a legion of artists and sculptors, painters, and, well, also cannibalistic, raving lunatics that are very violent. Their colour scheme is striking, red, gold. It's beautiful, really. And I'm glad I got to paint it this time. So here we go. Let's get into it. Very simple scheme. Probably my shortest video yet in this series. Let's get to the tabletop. So we have a destroyer here in Mark IV armor to use as our blood angel, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with some Mephiston Red, or you can use Army Painter Dragon Red, I suppose, very similar. And we're just going to thin that down a little on our west palette, and then we're going to get a nice couple of coats, as the man says, 2 thin coats on here, and yeah, that will be the start of this. So I'll go away, get that done, and I'll come back in just a minute. Okay, what we're going to do next, we're going to take some Agrax Earthshade, and we're just going to shade in the recesses. So just get those recesses shaded in and add some definition to this model. Now, as I said, sometimes if you're not capable of it, I suppose giving it an all-over wash and then tidying up again is fine, but this does deliver better results, to be fair. So just going to go around and get all of those recesses shaded up, and yeah, so once I've done that, I will come back and then we're going to start highlighting. This actually is a really super simple. Okay, at this point what we're going to do is we're going to take some Mephiston Scarlet and we're just going to highlight all of edges. So edge highlight the armor with some Evil Sun Scarlet, nice and easy. So all the sharp lines, corners and edges. So what I'm going to do is I'll go away, come back, and then we can start on some metallics. Right, now what we're going to do is going to take some gunmetal from Army Painter. We're just going to paint up all the silver metallics, so the guns, and we're going to do the bonding studs, and we're going to do these little bits, and the sort of ribbon stuff here. So what I'll do is I'll get that painted, and I'll come back, and we'll get it washed. Now, because the leather can be washed at the same time as the silver metallics, I'm just going to paint those now. I'm using some Thondia brown, a lovely, nice brown. Those are great for leather, and I'm just doing these pouches where the bolt pistols would normally go when these guys are crashing down. I do need to show you, they're amazing. I like it. Yeah, we're the ones that use all the horribly banned stuff, and it's always fun. Right, they always great in game. Well, I say that. I think 50-50. They're great with like Death Guard. Anyway, right, let's get on with that. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take some Nuln Oil, and we're going to get this onto the metallics and the leather. As you can see, I've started preparing the base. This is going to be a simple Astrogranite followed by Rakhar Flesh and Deepkin Flesh, dry brush just for a nice grey, kinda almost desolate base scheme. I use it for my Necrons. I really like it. So yep, we're just gonna get, as I said, get some Nuln Oil there, and I'll be back when this is all done and dried, and then we can get the golds done. Right, so while that is drying, what we're going to do is we're going to hit up a couple more colours. We're going to start with Retributor Armour, and we're going to do the trim on the shoulder pads. Retributor Armour is a lovely gold. You could use Greedy Gold from Army Painter, or various other, you know, there's lots of other golds. On my 40k Blood Angels, I tend to use Balthazar gold and then give out a wash of Agrax Earthshade and then go with Gehenna's gold. But, you know, each to their own. I'll tell you what, while I've got it here, I'll do the eyes as well. So we're going to take some Army Painter Match White. Just pop a little on the... Oh, I've already got... Pop a little on the wet palette. Thin that down a bit. And need to get this to a point. Now we're going to just pop this into the eye lenses here. So steady that. I find it helps to brace my hand on the mat or desk or table or whatever you're using. So we've got those in there, and then we'll go away, finish the gold, and come back and we'll see where we're at and what the next step is. Right, so I pretty much finished the base, as I said, Astra Granite and then some Rakar Flesh and Deepkin Flesh, probably a little bit too heavy in places, but sometimes it's just the way I end up painting because I'm an idiot. Okay, right, what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to finish these eyes. So I'm going to take some Warp Lightning, which is a contrast paint. I'm just going to adjust that focus just a little bit, get that a bit better. There we go. I'm going to drop that into the eye lenses. There we go. And this one too. Contrast paints are really good for eye lenses. Just wash that off. Then we've got some Corvus back. I'm not going to do all of this stuff on camera. I'm just going to get the bits hot done. So I'm going to take some Corvus black. I'm going to do the gun casings. So just do this pistol here. Done that. Should pop this on the wet palette. I've just popped it on a normal palette. So we've got that pistol done there. On that, at least the casings. Destroyers, of course, have two pistols. And what we're going to do is take some Onyx skin. Normally I'd use Goreful Brown, but I've been using Onyx skin instead of Goreful Brown recently. And I must admit, it's actually pretty good. Cheaper, and you get a lot more of it. I'm just going to highlight up this leather because yeah, the destroyers have these nice big leather holsters for their pistols. So I'm really hoping we get plastic destroyers because they are an awesome unit, just lore wise and in the game. So yes, we get that nice and highlighted up. I've got some Liberator gold here. Now normally I would wash the shoulder pads, but to be fair, it's just really thin and I don't think a wash is going to benefit it any great deal. So I'm going to take some Liberator gold. Now the thing with Liberator gold is it separates as soon as you look at it, so you've got to really give it a good shake. This is a new pot, thankfully, so I'm just going to highlight up the corners of these of the shoulder pads. I really do recommend if for these metallic paints of GWs, you add some mixing balls. I get these ones off Amazon. They're like £3 or £4 for stainless steel ones that don't rust. So there we go. And then finally, for this little bit, I'll take some Stormhost silver. Actually, I might not be finally. I might actually be able to. Oh no, that Eshin grey is to highlight up the silver with some Stormhost silver. give that a good old edge highlight. Honestly, Stormhost Silver is a really nice colour. And get his frag grenade there. And oh yeah, that's not too bad. The last thing we'll be doing on this model is to highlight up the black, because I've got one side of the black to dry now, so I can do that. And then what I can do is I can go away, put finish up all this highlighting, and then put a transfer onto his shoulder pad here, and we can attach his jump pack. But yeah, Eshin grey just to highlight up the black, and that would be that. So I'll go away, finish this, and then we'll take a look at the finished model. And here's the final product, a striking and simple scheme. I think that gold with the reds looks really nice, and a simple base color wash and then a highlight works really, really well for these. And again, they go really well with black, so you know, shoulder pads, the odd bit of armor in black looks really good on them as well. And I hope you found this helpful. If you've got other schemes for the Blood Angels, or you've got your own models you want to show off, I'd love to see them. So drop them a link, links in the comments below. This isn't quite Chris's blood, well, pigeon blood, as he puts it, standard, but I think it's all right. Yeah, do those usual YouTuber things if you want to see more of this. Like the smash button, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And I will see you in the next time, and keep those dice rolling.